All right, so have you guys noticed the new travel theme that's at Dollar General? So the other night, me and my mom, we had a little bit more time to just, browse. So we noticed that they have different items that have a travel feel to them. So have you guys noticed these in your stores? So just look for probably the green clover. That looks like, that's the icon for this particular theme. But I just thought this was pretty cool. I don't know, I probably have been overlooking it. Like I said, I'm usually in and out, uh looking for certain things at Dollar General, so I may have really just been overlooking them, just not really taking the time to slow down and just look. So let me know if you guys have spotted some different products outside of the ones that I'm showing, because I'm really interested in what else they have. So also they're putting out green dot. Now my stores, they have had green dot out, but now they're really putting the green dot items out. So I know, like last year, the blue tubs. Well, last year they were black, but they were following red dot. But this year they're gonna follow the green dot line. But I also noticed that it seems as if they are dividing the green dot into three different types of categories. Like these, the hues are more bluish. Like the rugs, different things that are following the green dot. And then we have the more traditional green dot items, such as the kids cups, plasticware, things like that. And then there's a safari line, I guess a little bit more sophisticated line that's following the green dot. So the chair cushions, they are so beautiful and vibrant in person. On the video, I didn't really zoom in really good, but these are just some of the colors that are following, like the chair cushions. So this is the safari. I think this is sort of like the safari line. But if you do, take time, and you can kind of see that they are broke up into different shades, but they're all following the green dot. So if you need to decorate over the summer, if you're looking to add a more summer feel in your house, Dollar General really is a great place to go. We have the rags, we have towels. These are some things that as we move into the markdowns, they probably will just end up maybe in the towel section. Some of the household items may end up where the houseware things are, like the plates. So right now, with it being introduced, they have a home spot for them. But as time goes on and we start moving into markdowns, I'm sure a lot of these things will probably just get moved into the regular home spots. But also, while I was filming in the green dot section, I noticed that these were some dollar items that are being put out as well. So just kind of take a look at those if you do see them in your stores. But these are just some things that I noticed in the green dot line that I wanted to just introduce you guys to. If you're like me, you really haven't had time to just get in and just take time and slow down. These are just a few things that are, really beautiful. Mother's Day is coming up. These would be really nice things to decorate with, or actually to give as gifts. But we have little magnets, the ones that are like brown dot magnets. We have some in green dot this year. So just keep an eye out for those as well. We have candles, different types of kitchen accessories, depending on, what your colors are, your themes are. These might be, some good items to grab. They also have some aluminum pans that are following green dot again this year. We have the hat boxes. Definitely have to take time and flip those over because they may be like some purple dot ones mixed in. But all different types of glasses, cups for kids, summer things if you're going to the beach. And then these were new. These were the drinking popsicle pouches. I think these were $1. And as you can see, people have already started grabbing those because with spring break, My son's school is out this week for spring break. And then we have other holidays that are coming up this year as well, with it being summer. And then this is another store that had some different pieces of the green dot safari, and I just love the colors. So pink is actually my favorite color, but these are just some beautiful pieces. So if you have time, just go into your Dollar General. I was really impressed with how some of my stores had these items displayed. But if you do, just take time and just look around in your store. Also, I forgot to mention in my penny video that we have also moving into different breakdowns to 70% for gray dot. An item that you probably are overlooking are the collegiate items that usually follow the gray dot at 70%. So these are like my stores, our local football team, high school football teams. Their merchandise is actually 70% as well. So just look for the gray dots. Also, depending on what collegiate team you have, those items are following 70% as well. Just please make sure that you scan, because there may be different years on the tags. For example, these were ringing up like full price. There's clearly a gray dot on them. They're actually short sleeves, so I really didn't even understand why a gray dot would typically be on something that's summery, because that's more like winter when we think about the gray dots. So just always scan your tags. Don't just go by the dot. Of course, that helps you identify, but always scan. Also, I saw that the gray star and gray diamond socks were 50% off. So what you're going to do is just go into this area of your store. Definitely make sure that you check the end caps and just scan. Sometimes the socks may be in a certain box, but it may not be the correct tag. But these are an example of the gray star, and they were 50% off. But like I said, just scan, check your end caps. I found a few of these boxes that were on end caps, so just don't necessarily look in the sock area. If you can, just kind of do like a little walk around, because these were all on an end cap. Same thing with the red triangle socks. Now they're 70% off, so you're going to be looking for this particular tag. Look in the sock section, end caps as well. Your stores may even have them already grouped together in a clearance bin. So either way, just make sure that you guys are scanning. The blue dot accessories, those are following 70% markdowns. Once again, scan, because even though you may identify the blue tag, sometimes you really do have to look at the year and stuff like that. So it's just easier once you do have your dot identified, just give the barcode a scan, and that way you'll make sure that you're picking up the correct blue dots that are 70%. Now this really is a good tip for the accessories, because like with my stores, I just don't really have the patience to really scan through all of those keychains and different things like accessories. But so those are all also following like the 70%. But also for these yellow dot, they do have new yellow dot, but I did find a 2024 that was scanning for 70%, so just be on the lookout for that as well. We also have our brown dots that are 50% off. So these are just some items that I was able to spot in my store. I wanted this candle warmer so bad, but I never could find one at my store. So hopefully as I travel over the summer, I'll be able to pick one up. But also with the brown dot, make sure that you guys are looking for these yellow tags, because some of them are following the brown dot markdowns as well. So just give it a scan. So I did do a penny video this week that had the 70% off of fall hardware. Well, I was just walking around in my store and I noticed some of those logs. But if you do want the full list, you can go to the latest penny video, and I have like all of the UPCs and barcodes. So these are just some other items that I noticed while scanning, walking, browsing my store that they are starting to put out. So Dollar General, they really did a good job this year. They're always bringing out new, fun, and it actually, good priced items for our homes, decorative items and stuff. So, give Dollar General a try if you're interested in, decorating, especially for like college dorms. Get Dollar General a try. But these are some other accessories that I noticed. They're only at 25% right now. I know that only one store had these in all of the areas, stores. But these are like, cute little items that may be pretty good for like Easter baskets and all. So these are just some other items that I noticed while I was browsing. These were like lower out of pocket items. So if if you want to just pick up, like, these are free. If you want to just pick up something just to add into your stockpile, these are pretty much at a low enough cost. Price that it's a good stock up price. Or if you just want to grab one to put in your stockpile, that's what the lower prices are good for. So the Mountain Dew, I did another scenario yesterday. I picked up 3 more, but keep in mind that $4 digital, it will expire today. So if you have not used yours, you may want to go ahead and do that.